Hello and salute everybody. So my question of the day for you is, has groceries, you know, gotten you stretched nowadays? Because it has for me. I am telling you, it has for me. It has for me when I go to the grocery, just me and my son, and I just buy a few things. At the end of the day, I'm like, what in God's name? So grocery got me stretched. So has grocery got you stretched? I am here to give you just 6 simple things. You may have already heard of it. You may have already been doing it. But I just want to give you a simple reminders, 6 simple reminders, for you to save more every week. All right? Before I do, welcome back to Chatting with Nicole. If you have not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe right now. Share this video, and also check out the rest of the videos. So I am telling you, every week when you just want to pick up few things, and then you're like, what did I just get? You look in your cart, you're like, what did I even get? You spent over $100. Before $100, you can go to a grocery store a few times, but now $100 is not enough. Even for one person, $100 is not enough just for you to get necessities, just to make breakfast. It is not enough. So I have learned this, and this is helping me a little. So I kept, trying and see how it goes. And I realized that this really works. So I wanted to share it with you because, my whole goal here is to share what works for me and what is best for us. I don't want to keep it for myself. We're supposed to share, share is caring, right? So that's why I want to share these 6 simple things. Like I said, you may have already heard them. You may have already been practicing them, but I just want to remind you of it. If I tell you, I don't want to just assume that you know. So I want to share this with you. So the first thing that I want to share with you. First thing, I always say that I'm grateful. I don't want you to think that, oh, she didn't say she's not grateful today. I am super grateful today, especially today. Because today was a special day for me at church. So it was a special day for me. Actually, this whole week, it was a special day for me spiritually. So I am super grateful. And I'm so grateful that you are also grateful just as I am, because we will breathe and we get another day of life today. We will breathe and we are in the life of the living. So I am super grateful. And I know if my hair is looking weird, apologize. I have to let it breathe before I can braid it again. It is what it is at this point. At this point, you already see me in all of it, so you can be surprised. But I have to do something. I have to let it breathe before I braid it again. And I'm just being lazy right now. I really don't want to braid because I've been braiding it myself, and I am lazy. I don't want to touch my hair right now. So you got me as it is. So bear with me, all right? Just forget it. Forget this part and just focus on what is coming here. Thank you very much for listening and doing just that. So the first thing I want to share with you today is to skip the organic, because when you go to the store, they have this label organic, and we are buying everything organic. I go to the store, I get people picking stuff, everything organic, because they're thinking that is better, and because it's more, and we think that is better for us. So my simplest thing for you to about organic food, it is for you, do not buy organic fruit and vegetables with thick skin. Thick, you know what I mean? Like banana. Banana, you have to peel it. The skin is thick. You don't eat it with the skin. You have to peel a banana to get into the banana itself. It doesn't make sense for you to buy an organic banana if you have to peel it to get to the fruit itself. So that's what I learned. And when I did my research, there's no need for us to be buying fruits and vegetables that we have to peel. The skin is hard. We have to get the skin off before we get to the fruit. So you have to skip the organic bananas and all the thick skin produce and fruit. You skip those. It's not necessary. Like blueberries, it makes sense. Strawberries, it makes sense. Things that you can eat, it has no skin. You can wash it and eat. It makes sense for you to spend money, extra money on them. But if it's a thick skin, if it's a banana, things that you have to peel off, don't waste your money. It is not, it has, if it has a peel, you don't eat the peel. You know what I mean? Like bananas and avocados, for example. You have to take off the avocados, skip the organic labels, and it will not make much difference. All right. So that's my first simple way for you. First thing, it is skip the organic labels. Skip them. If it's hard skin, skip it. There's no need. It's a waste of money. And the second, I want you to, actually, before I get to the second, I want you to buy, I'm going to put that the last of the produce. So buy in season produce and freeze them. So for example, I love cucumbers, for example. Few months ago, I'll go to the grocery store, I'll buy a tiny, this long of cucumber, but $1.16. Just tiny bit, because I juice it. So I've been struggling. But now when I go to the store, I get this big old cucumber. I don't want to do you guys gonna know, what is she doing? A big old cucumber, 59 cents. You know what I mean? So that's an example. So you buy the fruit that are in season. And if you love them so much, like blueberries right now, they're in season. Last time when I went, I got a whole box. I have a whole box in my refrigerator because I eat it as snack. So when you buy them, you freeze them. Right now I have the blueberries, the raspberries, and I freeze them. I wash them with vinegar and I just prep them and I put it in the freezer. So what I do is when I'm doing my smoothies, because that's what I do, I just pick them out and I just add a banana and add whatever else I need. And then I can do my smoothie. And even better, it tastes even better when it's frozen for me. So we need to shop the produce. We need to shop produce that we like in season, where they are seasoned. Get them. I'm not saying go overboard, but buy in season produce and freeze it. Seasonal fruits and vegetables are cheaper and fresher. Freeze extra to avoid waste and time and save money later. Because people say that, I know my son not used to, when I cook and I freeze them, he didn't like to eat it after I take it out. But I think he figured out that, there's no difference. So he figured it out now, himself, he can go pull it and eat it. We think that if we freeze it, it's wrong. If we freeze it, it doesn't have the taste. If we freeze it, then it is old. If we freeze it, it doesn't taste right. It tastes the same. So I want you guys to learn that, to be in a habit. Freezing. That's why we buy frozen food all the time, but we don't want to freeze it. Even frozen food that we buy, they put chemicals in them before they freeze them. We don't put any chemicals in them. We freeze them as it is. So imagine ours is even fresher. If isn't even better for me. So buy seasonal produce and freeze them. Especially those seasonal produce that when it's out of season, it's so expensive. It's out of season. It is so expensive. I'm saying it again. It's out of season. It's so expensive. Buy them where they are in season and freeze them. Okay. I want to also say about grocery. Never shop on it. Before I do that, I kept saying before I do that, I want to cook just enough, because I was just talking about freezing food, right? Cook just enough. I know I used to, and I still do this when I want to cook, because it's just me and my son. And when I cook, I just want to cook a lot so that tomorrow or next Sunday, I don't have to cook again. But then at the end of the day, we end up wasting the food. So cook just enough. There's no need for you to cook so much. And if you cook there's so much, freeze it. Freeze the rest. I have, we have, African soup and stuff. You can freeze them. There are certain things when you freeze, it's not good, but certain fruits, certain like a spinach soup or those soups that we prepare, you can freeze them. If you see that it's too much, you're not going to be able to finish it within a week, freeze it. And I promise you, when you take it out, it's going to taste okay. It's going to taste good, just like you cooked it. I promise you that from my experience. So cook just enough. Avoid overcooking. Leftovers are great, but tossing food is tossing money, because I always tell my son, knowing where I come from, the village. When I go back home, I see what people eat, that people are hungry. It hurts me to spoil food, to throw food away. I tell my son all the time, Did somebody, when something, I see food in a dumpster, in a trash, I'm like, there's somebody sleeping empty stomach today. But then we are throwing away food. So I don't like to throw away food. That's why you will see me, believe it or not, you see me eating leftovers. I may eat the same food over and over just because I just don't like waste. Remember when Jesus, multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fishes, he said to pack the leftovers. He did not let anything go to waste. Even though he can multiply, he can do everything. Even Jesus did not let leftovers go to waste. He made sure they pack it all. I'm just giving that an example. So those of you who waste food, remember, we shouldn't be wasting food. So cook just enough so that you don't end up, throwing food away. Because leftovers, leftovers are great. I'm telling you, they are great. You can do so much with leftovers. But tossing food is tossing money. All right? So now I want to go back to my the one that I skipped over. That was to shop grocery on Sunday. That's my favorite one I want to tell you. I hear people, my friends are like, Saturday they're gonna go and do grocery shopping. Some of you is Saturday because you want to relax on Sunday. Some of you is Monday. Some of you is Wednesday. They even say that on Wednesday, that's fresh produce comes in on Wednesday. That's true. Fresh produce. I don't know about tariff and everything that is going on now, but normally on Wednesdays, most grocery stores get their produce on Wednesdays. So if you want fresh, maybe Thursday morning, because Wednesday they get fresh produce. But that's not when it's cheaper. The best time to get a cheaper vegetable produce is Sunday. Cheaper grocery produce, especially, is Sundays. I put that to test. Even in the farmers market, when I go to the farmers market, the how much the fish, the prices changes lower. When I go, last time I went and I love mangoes, fresh mangoes, and they have 8 for $9.99. And when I went back on Sunday, fresh produce, it is $8.99, 8 pieces for $9.99, I believe. And when I went back, it was so juicy and so good that I went back on Sunday, 12 for $9.99. So that's just one example. So when you are buying produce, especially if you like me, you like produce and fruits, you buy them on a Sunday. Because Sunday they are starting over. They are preparing for the new week. So they want to get as much as possible out of the way so that they can make a way for new produce. And plus they want to make their budget. They want to meet their budget for that week. So they're going to reduce prices for you. So shop instead of shopping on Saturday, because Friday, everybody wants to prepare for the weekend, right? So Friday, then you're going to buy anyway. They know you're going to buy on Friday because you want to prepare your weekend. You have your weekend plans. Saturday, you have your weekend plans. Thursday, you have to prepare. You have no choice. But Sunday, they're reducing everything because they have to make their quota. They have to make their budget. Whatever it is that they have to make a way for the new things to come in. So Sunday is the best. I know it is Sunday. We don't want to go to grocery shopping. We don't want to do anything on Sunday. We just want to wake up and go to church and then come back and have somebody prepare a yummy food for us. We don't even want to cook on Sunday. I don't even want to do all of that on Sunday. But when I learned this, I prefer to go to do my grocery, my produce on Sunday morning, early morning, because my church starts, I have to be at church at 11. So I have to sacrifice because I have to sacrifice and be at the grocery store. The farmers market on my side opens at 9. So the stores, most stores are opening. One of the stores that I love, which is little, opens at 8:30, I think. So they open very, very early on Sundays. So I get to do all of that on Sunday. So the best time if you want to save money, especially if you have a big family and you want to save money on grocery, on produce, I want you to I want you to stop. Do the test it out. Go ahead and buy the stuff that you normally buy. And again, produce, especially produce, and buy the stuff that you normally buy on a weekday, any of those days, and then keep your receipt. And then do the same place and do it again on Sunday, the same things, and see the comparison. So shop on Sundays. And last but not least about grocery, don't shop when you are hungry. When people sell this, and it's funny, but it's really true. I'm telling you, I did it. Especially when I'm fasting. I am just finishing fasting, right? I have not eaten anything. And I go to the grocery store just to pick up one thing. I end up with 20 things. It never fails. Because when you are hungry, your eyes is just looking. This is because you want to eat. Your body is yawning. You want to eat. You want to taste this. When I go to the produce, I see this vegetable, I see this fruit, I see this. It's looking so good. You end up with 20 things. You go to the grocery store when you are hungry. You don't want to go, maybe drink something. Even if you're not eating, if you're fasting, or if you just have not had anything to eat, drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water before you go to the grocery store. But if you go empty stomach, be mindful, because you're going to be picking up things that you don't need just because your body, you feel hungry. So you're like, this looks good. This looks good. So you buy more than you need. Eat first, then shop. Shop with a list. Make sure you put what you wanna buy in the list. I don't like making lists unless it's very, very necessary, because I always know what I need. I always know what to pick, so I don't make a list. So when I go out, I'm empty, hungry, I end up buying more than I need and end up trashing. Just a few days ago, I have some peaches, I have to throw away because I was fasting and I left it out. When I'm fasting, I don't want to go to the kitchen, so I left it out. A few days later, when I went back to the kitchen, they were all spoiled. You know what I mean? So you just have to make sure that you don't shop on an empty stomach, and you want to eat first. Drink something, do something, and have a list if you know yourself. All right? You have to skip the organic bananas and thick produce. That's number one. Number two is to buy in seasonal produce and freeze them. And then we have that we have to cook just enough. That's number three. And then number four is you have to shop on Sunday. Test it out. Shop groceries, produce, especially on Sundays. And number five, and never shop hungry. Never shop hungry. Number six, which is last but not least, is I want to throw this in there for ways for you to save, is buying gas in the morning and plan to make your errands. I don't know how to do this. Plan right turns. Right turn. I'm going to explain in a minute. So first thing is, when you are buying gas in the morning, the ground is cooler. So you get more gas. But when it's heat right now, like in the summer, and you go and buy gas at 11 a.m. or 11 a.m. is better, but 2 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m. in the afternoon, the ground is boiling. It's so heat up that it's boiling. And when gas is boiling, it has bubbles. I call them bubbles. So when you are buying gas in the middle of the heat, you are getting more bubbles than the gas itself. So when you're getting bubbles, bubbles is going to fill up your tank. But when you go home and you park your car, the bubbles, what do? They going to dissolve, or whatever you call it. I don't know. They're going to pop off. They're going to pop, right? So when they pop, you have half tank, because half of your tank was all bubbles. I call it that. You know what I'm talking about. So because when you are getting gas, when the ground is hot, it's producing these bubbles. So when you are filling up, that's why sometimes when you even pumping, you can hear when you pump it, you're thinking that, I have a full tank, but most of most of it is the what do you call it, the bubbles. So when your car is cooled down, I'm repeating myself, when your car is cooled down overnight, you have less gas in your tank because you had those bubbles. So that's why when it's, especially in the summer, you have to buy gas when it's cooler, when you can get more for your money. So the temperature, when the cooler temperature, denser the fuel, but more you get when the cooler temperature equals denser fuel, and because you want denser fuel. When I say denser, it's not dense. DENSER, denser fuel. When the cooler temperature give you denser fuel, it give you more fuel. And that means that more for your money. You get more gas for your money. But when you get it right, in the middle, you get less for your money. And now what I mean, the second part that I say, let's say you go into TJ Maxx, Ross, Chick-fil-A, and you're going to go to Sam's Club, you're going to go to Walmart, you're going to go to, what else? Burger King, for example. Those are your list. The places you're going to go today. Those are your errands for today. So let's say that if you have those and they are all on the left, or this is the road. You have some on the left, you have some on the right. What I'm trying to say is make the right turns. That means that do the right places. The store. That means that if TJ Maxx, Costco, or Ross, or McDonald's, they are on your right, do those first because they are right turns. Do the right turns. Go to the right turns, destinations first, stores first, when you're doing your errands. Now, when you are coming back, when you finish the right turns, when you are coming back, then you do the Sam's Club, the Walmart, because they are also on your right. I'm just picturing my road, the places that I go. I'm showing my picturing that you do it on your right. Because when you are doing right turn, it saves you more, it saves you more to make right turn than left turn. Because remember, normally when you're making left turn, you have to wait, and then you have to turn, you have to go further down. You have to drive further to go to your left turn places, locations. But when you're doing right turn, it's easier and it's shorter when you do right turn. So make sure, Google this. I promise you, Google this. It will make sense to you. So you're making right turn, make sure you make right turns. Everything that is on your right, do them first. And then when you are turning back, everything that was on your left, you can do the left turn. You can do that as also on the right side. Because most of the time when we are going to do errands, the first one we just do. That means that, for example, if I'm going now, Sam's Club is on my left. Because Sam's Club is first on my list and it's first on the road, is on the left. I turn left and I have to wait and I have to drive a while back to get to Sam's Club. And then when I get out, I have to try to get back to the street. When I get back to the street, then I see Chick-fil-A, for example. Chick-fil-A is the next one. Chick-fil-A is on the left. And I still have to turn to the left. And then after I do Chick-fil-A, and then I get back to the road, and then I'm going to go to the right. Because those are the places that are first. I'm stopping. First comes first. But we're supposed to make sure that we do the right turns. Do the right places first. And then when you turn back, you're going to do the right places first. I promise you, when you try that, just time yourself. When you try that, it's going to make sense to you. So do the right turns. Try to always do the right turns places. But if it's just one place that you are going, it makes sense that you just going to one place. And if it's on your left, you have no choice. You're going to go to the left. But you have multiple places to go, which we do. Try to do right turns. And if you have to go to another place, make sure the right turn makes it easier. All right. So I hope this helps. So I just wanted to share this because I know that I'm stretched with grocery and I just have to share it with you. So I hope that this helps you. So remember, the first one is skip the organic bananas and the thick skin produce because they are just waste of time. If it has a peel, you don't eat. If you don't eat banana peel, you don't buy organic. Like bananas and avocados, skip the organic labels, and because it won't make any difference. All right. So, and then I said you have to buy seasonal produce and freeze them. I promise you, get your blueberries, your raspberries that you love in season. They are in season right now. Oh, I when I go to the grocery and I see cucumbers and blueberries, it's like I want to take the whole store. So buy them in season, enjoy them more in season, and switch. I just want to add this. Switch vegetables, switch fruit. Enjoy those that are in season. And if they're not in season, enjoy the others that are in season. Mix them up. And I promise you, you may say, I don't like this. It's in season, but I don't like it. I promise you, try it. Fruit is fruit, right? Just make sure that you choose those because like there are certain fruits you shouldn't eat much of. But try to taste other fruits that are in season that you don't normally eat. But if they are in season and your fruit that you eat every day, that you enjoy every day, they're not in season, try other fruit as well. I just want to add this in there. So the second is to buy in seasonal fruit and produce and also freeze them. Right? Number 3 is to shop on the Sundays, right? We talk about shopping on the Sundays because it is better, because the stores, they are getting, they have to make their quota, they have to make ways for the brand new week. So produce on Sundays are much, much cheaper. And then cook just enough so that you don't end up wasting so much food, because there are people who are sleeping on a hungry stomach every day. I just hate to waste food. And remember, I use how Jesus multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fishes and still order them to pack everything that is left over, So, remember that, and to cook just enough. And also, and learn how to freeze them. When you cook, you don't think that you're going to be able to eat all of, freeze them. And I promise you, you're just going to enjoy it as you enjoy the fresh one, okay, from the first time. So I also say that, and number 5, I say, do not shop on an empty stomach. It really makes a difference because I've seen it. So do not shop on an empty stomach. Make sure you buy, more, because if you don't, you're going to buy more than you need. So make sure that you eat or at least drink a lot of water. You are not really thirsty. You are not really hungry when you go to the grocery store. Eat first, drink something, and if you're not going to help it, make a list. And last but not least, number 6 was to buy gas in the morning, because cooler temperature equals denser fuel equals more value for your money. And I also say to consider making right turns. When you have a long list of places to go, consider making doing right turns instead of left turns, all right? Or vice versa, mixing, because you save more time, you save more gas, you save more mileages, and you save more money. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you. If this helps you in any way, I want to hear other tips that you have. I want you to share other tips that you have with the rest of us. Let me know of your thought in a comment. Share with everyone you know, because you don't know who this might just help. So you don't know. So all I am asking from you, do not leave this with you. Share with everyone you know. Subscribe to share with, even with one person, I want you to share it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and also check out the rest of the videos. But until then, I want you to stay safe and blessed, and I'll see you right on the next one.